Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do the reading, the weekly reading for the lovely sign of Scorpio. Let's just get you in the picture. Wow, you're really shiny there, Scorpio. Hang on a second, let's see if we can get you a little less shiny. Alrighty, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. You know how much I appreciate all of your support. I think you're awesome, totally awesome. Please remember though, or keep in mind that this is only a general reading. If you need a personal reading, then I would certainly recommend seeking one out. Sometimes the general ones don't cut it for us. You've got the Four of Swords jumping out here. Sometimes they will feel like a personal read, and other times they will completely miss the mark. Some of you are contemplating buying into a new business here, or moving into partnership with someone. If the reading doesn't resonate, as I always say, make sure you check out other aspects of your natal chart, and if it's possible, learn what your planets are. So at the moment they are saying, the astrologists are saying, particularly check out your rising or ascendant. You can do that through Cafe Astrology, but you will need your date of birth for your ascendant. And you can get that done too. If you're really interested in finding out about your planets, you can actually get someone to work out what time you were born as well. If the reading does resonate with you, as I always say, please give it a thumbs up and help me to grow the channel. Much appreciated. All right, we're going to use the Pagan Tarot for your reading. I've given it a huge shuffle as per spirit. Sometimes they're like, just one more, Yvonne, just one more, just one more. Trying to get the cards into some sort of order for you. All right, we are ready to go. The card there that wants to poke its head out. Okay, somebody's making an offer here. You have a Page of Cups with the Four of Cups. I feel like somebody's about to come in and make an offer, but I don't think you're really interested in it. All right, so we have here the Five of Cups coming through. You're still getting over something from your past here. So there is some sort of energy still lingering around you here, around past love, past energies here. When the Five of Cups comes up, it doesn't necessarily talk of love. It does talk about our love of something. But something here you're still feeling sad about in your past, that perhaps you're still in the energy of trying to get past it. Maybe that's why you're not interested in new love at the moment. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups coming through. No, you've taken time out. It's almost like the Four of Cups energy with the shops closed. I don't want anything at the moment. The Eight of Cups sort of talks about walking away from things that aren't emotionally fulfilling you. I actually feel like you've walked away from something here. You may have walked away from somebody who perhaps wasn't really investing in you as much as you were investing in them. There is a lot of sadness here, and I do feel that there's a lot of hope in the future, but at the moment you're soul searching. You're looking for love of self. You may be doing a lot of work on yourself. You may be sort of working through some energies here to understand what happened. But this is very, very much about sort of deep diving, as I always say. Maybe doing shadow work here. All right, so we have the Page of Swords coming through here. Rightio, you're still keeping an eye on someone though. And the Ten of Swords, some sort of cycle about to close out. We do have the Six of Swords, again a card of moving away from something. All right, so I feel like with this Three of Pentacles, you've moved away from something, but you're not ready for anything new. You're still in that period of time. Maybe you've gone past the grief and loss stuff. You may have already sort of surpassed that. But there's this very sort of strong energy here that you are understanding you have something to learn from this. Because it's like you're starting to perhaps go over things in your own mind, trying to understand if you made the right choice, walking away from something. But I do feel that you've put in a lot of energy here. I do feel like the remorse and regret may not be because you don't think you did enough. I think you've done plenty. I think it's more about you understanding now, understanding yourself in the situation, perhaps why you've sort of hung on for so long, but you're definitely moving on here. All right, let's see what's going on. So we have the Temperance card coming through. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm feeling here like you're trying to get back into some sort of balance. You know, with relationships, sometimes people sort of come out of a relationship and they're so empty and so sad that the first thing they want to do is go and jump into something else. And of course, it's just not the right thing to do for your own well-being. Because when you come out of a relationship, whether it was something to do with you or whether it was to do with the other person, we've got lessons we need to learn. And it's about taking time out to really digest those lessons, because you don't want to repeat a pattern. If you go back without learning the lesson, you're going to repeat a pattern. You're just going to get a very similar type of person coming through for you again, because you're not learning from what you've been through. But this energy here with the Temperance card is about bringing things back into balance. If you're dealing with a twin flame here, it could be about balancing out your masculine and feminine. But it also could be very strongly here about working out what it was about this person that was very, very difficult to let go of. That's a lot of energy in that card this morning. All right, Temperance. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune coming through. Both major arcanas on the table. The Wheel of Fortune is a card that talks about divine intervention. It is about fate. It is the Wheel of Fortune. It is the card that talks about karma, wheels of karma, things now turning round, things changing, things going back in your direction. The messages here that are coming through is you are going to move in the right direction once you've been through this healing phase. So the universe has really got your back here. It's like they're saying to you, if you put in the energy to heal, then you are going to turn things around completely. So let's see where we're going here. All right, so we have the King of Cups coming through. Now, the King of Cups does represent Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, but you could be dealing with one of those energies as well. What this says to me is that you're coming back into balance and sort of standing back in your own power here. I feel that you've done the healing. And that's why I said I think you've been through the worst of this. You could be going through the healing as we're speaking. But what you've done is you've identified some sort of pattern or some sort of cycle here that you've been going through. I note there are cycles in both these, or circles in both these cards, and on his gown here. So they're like there's a pattern you've been following for some time, and perhaps you've never really understood this cycling, but I think you're seeing it now. It's like you're understanding. This is why you've taken time out. You do not want to do this again. You want to do something differently this time. So you may have been working through what's gone wrong in the past to really identify how to do things correctly the next time around. All right, so we have the 10 of Wands coming through here. So burden down. Burden down, Scorpio. You're done, you're putting it down, and you're moving forward. This is really very interesting because I've never noticed this before. This is the 10 of Wands, but look what's down in the corner here. 2 cups. Is that not interesting? So I really feel strongly that you're putting some sort of burden down about how you believe in love, or how love comes in, or what love is for you. You're starting to understand at a deeper level how love works. Wow, okay, that's so interesting. It's really, really, I want to go into a talk on, this idea of what love is. Because it really is, we feel somehow or another that love is conditional. That we only get love when we do certain things, or we only get love because we put in certain energies. But love is a feeling. It's a feeling you create yourself. It's not something that can be given away or held as a commodity. It is something you feel. And that is really making a lot of sense here. All right, so we have the Hierophant coming through with the Hanged Man. There are 4 major arcanas here, so you're going through a very potent time here with the 3 of Wands. This energy of healing here, this energy of healing is going to bring you in a lot of stability in your life. It's going to help you move towards the thing that will be right for you. Whatever you're doing here, this healing that you're going through is bringing you around to understanding what you want here and how you can bring it in. And there is some sort of energy of putting down something here, some sort of thinking, way of doing, way of being from the past to allow this to go. I feel like you want something long term, you want something for the long haul here. You're future focused, but you know that you're in this energy at the moment of just focusing on what it is you need to learn from the last experience. Wow. All right, we have 2 cards coming out at once here. Not that it matters. There's the World card. So that's the closing out of a cycle. So you have 5 major arcanas here. And we have here the 3 of Cups. Okay, and another major arcana with the Justice card. All right, what I want to say to you here is the universe is saying, if you learn what you need to learn from this, you will have the love you desire. Now, this could still be that the person you have walked away from who wasn't investing could return here. But it may not be about them returning for you to accept that now, because you've changed. You've understood here how to change yourself around and point yourself in another direction. There is this energy here of reunion or coming back together with someone. But the Justice card here doesn't feel like often the Justice card does. For me, it's about closing out some sort of cycle, some sort of karmic cycle, because things have been brought back in balance again. And because I have the World here and the 10 of Wands and a lot of cards of stability, what this is saying to me here is you are bringing things back into balance by recognizing what you have done yourself to create this energy. Now, that doesn't mean anybody's getting blame here. It's not about blame. Sometimes it's just about our beliefs and our habits of doing things that we get lessons to put things back into perspective. And I feel this is what you're doing. Someone here was not investing in a relationship like you were. And I feel like you've walked away. But maybe in this, you have to learn the lesson of not overgiving. Because when you overgive, you make relationships toxic. But what I see here is some sort of return of energy. Now, this could be return of energy to you because you've seen through this, or it could be someone returning to help you close out this cycle. So maybe you didn't really get closure by walking away. Maybe they walked away. I don't feel like that is the case. So I feel like you walked away because you were over-investing. Let's have a good look. Okay, so we have here the 5 of Cups. So there's some sadness here. And I feel like the sadness has come from walking away from something. I do believe with this Page of Swords, though, it's like things are not finished here because somebody is still keeping an eye on someone here. But this 10 of Swords here is telling me that it's the end of a cycle. 6 of Swords says you're moving away from something. And I really think here with this 3 of Pentacles, you're self-investing, which is the best thing you can do. I feel like you're really having a look at where you came in this relationship and what things went wrong and how you can learn the lessons from that. And I feel like for some of you here, this is about keeping something going by over-investing, like trying to put poor life into something that was dying. And I realize that you've come to this point now where you are seeing this very clearly, very, very clearly. And you are changing things around and bringing in a balance. But I feel like this person may come back in and maybe they've done something very similar here in that they've worked on their own energies and they will change the energy again. But at the moment, I see you being self-focused. And that's where you need to be. You need to understand there was a lesson here. All right, let me just have a look at what we've got coming out. Look at this. The Lovers. There's a choice. Okay, King of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands. There is something changing in this whole dynamic. I don't think you've finished with this person. I really feel that you've got unfinished business here. But I feel like things couldn't keep going the way they were going. You've had to walk away to allow someone the space to understand. But what I feel here is that you've stood up for your own value. There's been a lot of instability in this situation, and you've stood up and you've said, this doesn't work for me any longer. I need to go away and understand what I need to do differently here. I feel like you've really shifted the other person here. I think you've put them through some sort of shift, and they will be coming back to speak to you about that. Very, very strong feeling that there's still work to be done. But you had to understand where you were coming from. So you may get another chance with this person, but rest assured it may be that they haven't healed it. They may not have healed this situation, and it might be why they're coming back. Okay, we have spiritual decree here. Card 41. Let me just see what that says for you. You have been wondering what will happen next in your life, not realizing how much power you have to decide that for yourself. What do you wish to have happen next? Are you willing to use your divine birthright of free will, voice and empowerment to set the cosmic wheels in motion? If your answer is yes, then it is time to speak your truth to the universe. Decree it and you shall be it. It is time for you to have the experience of seeing your intention bloom into manifestation. This does not mean that you have to make things happen. You are not responsible for how your manifestation occurs. The universe unfolds according to its own genius, but you are responsible for the words, beliefs, and intentions you speak that are the seeds of your personal creations. The universe will then respond in its own powerful way. Okay, when this oracle card comes to you, this is why this person's coming back here. It's time to speak your truth. What does your heart truly yearn for? Focus on it and say it aloud. Don't be afraid to speak your dreams, desires, wishes, and fantasies. So this is about speaking up and taking responsibility for our own journey. This is about allowing your heart to speak on your behalf. So give yourself permission to express your deepest desires, let them go, and trust. There you go. But I feel like this is what you're working on here. So you may be working on being able to express yourself. You may be working on your voice. Maybe this relationship's gone under because you haven't spoken up about what you wanted from it. I'll leave you with that. Thanks, Scorpio.